Hey Cancer, I am your astrologer Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here's your monthly forecast for the month of October 2017. Now, what's going on this month, Cancer, is that we've got Mars and Venus currently conjunct here in your third house of talk and of communication. Okay, so that brings a lot of focus to you in your life on communicating, talking to other people, thinking about things inside, perhaps about your life and about what's going on. I think you want to communicate a lot. You want to talk to other people, perhaps about your job or your daily routines or what's going on with you on the day-to-day. Perhaps you also want to just organize your life better and communicate in a more detailed way with people as well. And I think that's a big thing for you coming in. Perhaps also with Venus here about to overtake Mars, wanting to bring more heart into your communication and bring more meaning into your communication as well, and just communicate about things that are more close to your heart on the day-to-day. All right, while you're trying to communicate about all of this stuff, I don't know if it's going to be easy. I think there could be some confusion over here about something new that you're doing or different, some kind of travel, study, something you haven't done before, really trying to figure some of that out, because we do have Venus and Mars here in an opposition with Neptune in your ninth house of something new. And I think you're really trying to communicate here in a very detailed and disciplined way about what is going on with you, but maybe just being confused about what to think about everything that's going on in your life, or what to believe about everything that's going on in your life, or something else that's coming up, and really needing to break through some of that confusion so that you really can begin to communicate better with people and have people understand what you want better, and to get what you want, and to just move your life in the right direction. Okay, so that is going to be a big thing, especially at the beginning of this month and coming in from the end of last month. I also think a lot of this communication is going to have to do over here where Pluto is in your seventh house of other people and of partners. Okay, because we do have Mars and Venus here, which are going to make a trine over to Pluto in your seventh. So as you're talking and as you're communicating, I think there's something to do with people that you want. Maybe your relationships with people are changing. Could be business partners, could be marriage partners, just someone that you interact with one-on-one. And I think you're really trying to figure out in what way are your relationships changing. Maybe you're communicating with other people to figure out what you want to do differently in your relationships with them in some way, or maybe you're having to communicate differently with people in order to get something it is that you want and that's important to you. And I think there's a lot of that going on, because this is Pluto, because it is Mars, could be very intense communications, very deep communication coming in about what it is that you want and what it is that you feel to really put your life in a direction with other people that you think is better. All right, I think a lot of this communication that comes in too is really going to make you perhaps have to commit to a new job, a new daily routine, something new that you're doing on the day-to-day, with Mars and Venus here making a square over to Saturn in your sixth house of job and of daily routine. So I think this communication and whatever it is that is going on with other people and these changes that you're making them so that you can have a life that you really want, a daily routine that you want, a job that you want, that just feels more comfortable and better for you. Okay, not only may the communication be a little bit difficult, but it may take a little effort for you to begin to maneuver some of these changes that you're talking about into a regular practice and something that can really resonate and assert itself externally. Okay, but I think that is kind of the main thing of what you're trying to figure out here. Okay, while all of that is going on, we also do have a full moon here in your 10th house of career. Okay, and the full moon is opposing the sun here in your fourth house of home and family. That's what makes a full moon a full moon, is when the moon opposes the sun here in your chart. And I think while you're really trying to figure out what kind of relationships with people you want and changes you need to make in order to have a job or a daily routine that you feel like works better for you and can put your life in the right direction, I think a lot of it has to do with career too. Here, thinking about your career, thinking about where your life is going, maybe really having to end some kind of life direction, some kind of career that you thought you had, okay? Because full moons rule endings. The ending here is in your 10th house of career, and I think you're starting to realize your life was going one way, but maybe it's not going that way anymore, or maybe you need to come into a new chapter of where your life was going. And I think you're really trying to reevaluate perhaps some things with your career so that you can give birth to a new career and a new life direction and a new life path in some way. Okay, and I think, as I said, you have to end some kind of career chapter, let go of some kind of life direction that you have, so you can really start to build and begin to build something else that you just feel is going to be better for you in some way, make you feel more comfortable, resonate more truly with who you are at your core. All right, so that is the main message of this month. As you're really trying to build this home life and move forward, I think, of course, it may feel a little bit uncomfortable still with something new that you're doing here with Mars and Venus and coming into this opposition with Chiron. But I think it's really going to help you to just find that stability in life, perhaps that you feel like you haven't been having and that you've been missing, and as a Cancer rising, I know is so important to you, okay? While you're trying to build this home life, especially when we come towards the middle of the month here, the 14th and 15th, I think there are still a lot of work you have to do with partnerships and with other people, because the Sun and Mercury are going to square Pluto in your 7th. And I think you're trying to figure out here how you can build something with people, how people can help you to do something after you've had all of these crazy conversations perhaps that have gone on, and tried to think about things better or in the right ways, and really had to focus on your daily routines. I think you have to shift the conversation here from communicating about changes to actually beginning to do them and to live them and to put them into place, and to really begin to build more stability doing what it is that you talked about doing, okay? And I think once you can have these hard conversations and really start to redirect your relationships and to build something off of them that you think is better for you, it's really going to open up some opportunities here with the Sun making a sextile with Saturn to have the job and have the stuff and the daily routines that it is that you want, okay? I think that's the main message. You know, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I think a huge theme of this month here is really just trying to figure out what changes you need to make in your life with other people to create a life that you want. And I think the whole month, the process is going to be figuring out what those changes are and then doing the hard work to make them happen. And I think it may be a little bit uncomfortable and it may take a little more effort than you want, but I think if you can get to the end of the month and keep pushing through for some of these changes, it's really going to start to open up towards the end of the month here when the sextile comes into Saturn here with the Sun, and a lot of things where you start to feel like, you know what, all this hard work that I did to communicate with people and to think about what I wanted with other people, to have others help me build something, is really going to help you create a life and a job and whatever it is that you want, and to feel better about it if you just keep pushing through, okay? That's my message there. One last thing I do want to mention about this month. I'm gonna erase this first because I know it's getting very cluttered, but there's so much going on, especially when you do monthlies. Another thing that I want to mention before I go here is actually Mercury and Jupiter are going to slip in over here towards the end of the month in your 5th house of happiness, all right, which is great news. You know, it's like, I think as you're building something in life, really wanting to build something that's solid to you and work with other people, I think after you do it and after you make the changes, not only are doors going to open up with you to feel like your life is more efficient and is flowing more smoothly and your job and your daily routines are in order and helping you get to where you want, but I think it's finally going to be time for you to build some more happiness and joy back into your life and do some things that you feel like for a really, really long time, since 2012 when Saturn was here, have been really, really hard for you to do. And I think you're going to start to heal some of these things from 2012 that were very hard now that Jupiter is coming into your 5th house of happiness. Okay, so all of this hard stuff that you're doing with people is so you can build something better for you that you enjoy, and you just need to stick with it, okay? As that happens, and as Jupiter and Mercury start to move into this house, Mercury is going to make some interesting aspects toward the end of the month around the 23rd. All right, and what it's going to do here is Mercury in your 5th house of happiness is going to square the nodes. Okay, and what that means, and the nodes here are, let's see, it's in your 8th house of changes, and in your 2nd house of stability and money. So I think what you're really trying to do here, Cancer, is you want to build more stability into your life, want to be more solid, you want to have more money, you want to have more income, you want to stop making so many changes in your life, maybe get out of debt, stop having life feel so heavy, and I think you want to just be able to feel like things are running more smoothly for you and are more solid. And I think once you've done all the hard work of working with people, then it really comes for you at the very end of the month when things start to change. They start to change from the story that we've been telling ourselves for a while to really focusing on what it is that you enjoy. And I think if you can focus on what it is that you enjoy at the end of the month, after you've done all this work, it's really going to help you to move forward, to build more stability into your life, and to do what it is that you need to bring more income to you, and to get over some past debts and to get over some old things, and to really be able to just be happier in life, okay? I think you're going to be able to get some insights at the end of the month too on something new that you're doing or different, some travel, study, something else. I think that's going to open up too, coming in here. And then I think you're also going to be able to be happy with other people and with partnerships and with relationships. I think the message though is you got to push through, you got to make these changes with other people and in your daily routine so that you can find your happiness once again, and you can step into your happiness and you can heal some things that have been very, very hard for you and start to work better with people and get more insights on your life. And if you can make it till the end of October 2017 into the beginning of November, I think you're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. I'm a Cancer rising too, so I'm looking forward to this because 2012 was a little interesting year for me, okay? So your card for the month is the Eight of Pentacles upright. This to me does indicate studying and learning something new and being diligent. And I really think if you can be diligent this month, Cancer, and if you can make sure you're paying attention to all the details and you're doing whatever it is you can to move forward, that things are going to turn out okay. You know, I don't think that now is a time to give up. It's not a time to get down on yourself, but to be very, very practical and to do what needs to be done, especially with all this stuff in Virgo, to create the life that you really want, and it will pay off if you stick with it, okay? So that's all I have for you for this month. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.